Today I'm looking at, I'm not really sure. I don't know what the actual official name of this product is. On the Amazon listing, they just call it Gears Interlocking Building Set, but there's no catchy name for it. It's just that generic description. This is about $12 on Amazon, and despite the name, it's not technically a gear toy. The gears don't spin or drive one another like they would in an actual gear system. It's really just a set of little plastic stars or wheels, I guess, with nubs at the end so they can connect and lock together. Now, normally I do some sort of unboxing, but this is pretty much how it came. It did include a plastic bag and this thing, and that's about it. So there's really not a whole lot to unbox, no instructions, anything like that. It contains 80 pieces. It has 10 different colors, so 8 of each color. They're made of some kind of plastic it's on the softer side. It's got a little bit of spring to it. The construction seems pretty good. There are no burrs or sharp parts sticking out. The pieces connect together a couple different ways. You can push them together and the little nubs will lock them in place. And they also go together along their axis. So you have 2 different ways that you can put them together. And they will sort of work like a gear. I mean, you can do this gear type of action with them, but they're not a gear toy. They're designed to make static objects that don't move or spin or do anything like that. It's really a pretty free form toy. Like I said, there are no instructions. There's no guide. You just take the little pieces and start making stuff. There are some pictures on the Amazon listing that give some ideas of what you can do with them. I think there's like a tank, maybe. And this is pretty much it. It's a pretty basic concept. So this is kind of cool. Just right off the bat, you can make these fun little snake things. Now, before I go too much further, I do want to take a second to read some of the benefits and features according to the manufacturer. On the Amazon listing, it says that they have smooth edge, can protect the toddlers, and easy for them to grasp and apart. Parents is able to help little kids construct more complex and modern models like the beauty house. Bright colors, multiple colors, smooth gears without burrs will never hurt your baby. The eco-friendly material is tasteless, which is kind of an odd selling point, but I guess it's better than tasting like cotton candy. And best of all, they will develop kid brain. And we all know how important it is to develop kid brain. I think that this toy is designed for ages 3 and up. I'm not sure at what age kids would not be interested in something like this. I don't know, maybe 9, 10. I don't have my own kids, so I'm not sure when they start losing interest in stuff like that. So let's go ahead and make something with these. Okay, any guesses? This is the iconic Russian roulette scene from The Deer Hunter, starring Christopher Walken. Let's try something else. Let's make a vehicle. Okay, and we're done. Any guesses? If you guessed that this was the AMC Hornet, driven by James Bond, as played by Roger Moore in 1974's The Man with the Golden Gun, you are correct. I also would have accepted a mid to late 70s Ford Mustang II. Those cars look kind of similar, so that would have been a reasonable guess as well. Now, if I have one criticism, I think that rather than having 8 of 10 different colors, I would have rather had maybe 16 each of 5 different colors. You do feel a little limited sometimes by only having 8 of each color. And there are also some colors that are so similar that I don't know if there's really a point of having them. This is 3 different shades of pink or purple or fuchsia. I don't know how necessary that is. So that's maybe the one thing that I would change. However, these are affordable enough that if you bought a set of these and your kid really enjoyed them, you could buy a couple more sets and it wouldn't be a big deal. There's a nice positive click when you attach them together. So they're fun to work with. They're just kind of fun to manipulate. So I'm going to maybe make some sort of abstract design. Is that cool? I think that's kind of cool. I've got an idea. You know, I have forgotten how much fun it is to do stuff like this. As a grown man who doesn't have any children of my own, it's not very often that I get a chance to just sit down and play around with something like this. I spend way too much of my day staring at glowing rectangles, which I think is something that most people can relate to. And one thing that's been kind of fun about starting this channel is that it's given me a reason to put the cell phone away and just do something a little more analog like this. There's just something very almost therapeutic about working with your hands and sort of getting into a creative sort of state where you're not thinking about other things. You're not thinking about likes or mentions or any of that stuff. For the last, I don't know, 10, 12 minutes that I've been playing around with these, I've just been thinking about this. I haven't been thinking about the news or politics or any of the other stuff that I spend my day obsessing over. And I think that there's real value to that, to just slowing down and getting out of your head. I'm not the kind of person that likes to throw around terms like mindfulness, because I think that those types of things have been overused to the point of being almost meaningless. But I do think that it is kind of appropriate in this situation. Now, I have to admit, this isn't quite as cool as I thought it would be. I thought stacking them might create more of a striking visual effect, but it just looks sort of like a big muddled wall. But I do have a wall. That's kind of cool. Let's just make a giant mass. Now, for some reason, I feel like I want to spread these all out. So let's go ahead and do that. Well, I think that's going to do it for now. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing. I'm also open to requests, so if there's something you'd like to see me talk about, feel free to leave it in the comments. And that's all I have for now. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.